So, after discussing to displacement time graph, now we'll discuss the second one, that is that represents the time, whereas the y-axis that represents v, velocity. It may be either in positive direction or it may be also in both positive and negative. The velocity, because as you know velocity is a vector quantity, so velocity can be taken in positive or negative side, and time always positive. So it may be this manner it can be represented. Now, from the formula that we have seen, velocity v, that is equal to displacement by time. So therefore, now we can say that displacement that is equal to v into t. Indirectly or conversely, we can say that from the graph, this v represents to that the y-axis, t represents to the time axis, x-axis. So therefore, whichever the graph that will be getting, the plotted graph and x-axis, the value in case of x-axis. So if we see that the area enclosed in case of the graph and the x-axis, that represents your displacement in case of velocity time graph, remember. So in case of velocity time graph, the area enclosed by the graph and x-axis indicates that the displacement or the distance or displacement covered by the body. On the other hand, we have also seen from the formula that the rate of change of velocity, that is your acceleration. So we have also seen that acceleration A, that is equal to delta v, or change in velocity with respect to time. So as we have taken velocity in case of y component or y axis and time in that x axis, so therefore now we can say that acceleration that is equal to velocity by time, or that y component with respect to that x component, or that is your slope. So remember that slope of velocity time graph indicates the acceleration or the retardation, and the area enclosed by the graph, that will indicate the displacement covered by the body. These two are very important. Slope of the graph, whichever the graph that will get, slope of the graph that will show acceleration or retardation, area enclosed by the graph and the x-axis that indicates the distance or the displacement covered by the body. Now come to the topic and different conditions. On the different conditions that we'll discuss, that actually what should be the nature of the graph and how can we find out the distance and acceleration. Condition number 1, body at rest. Body at rest means where the velocity that becomes every time that will be 0, irrespective of the nature of the change in case of your time. Take an example that where suppose 0 second, 10 second, 20 second, 30 second, likewise when you are proceeding, then in such cases 40 second. So we have seen that the velocity at any instant that becomes 0, means the body at rest. So in such cases that will be getting a graph which will be lying on that same exactly on that the x-axis or the time axis. So therefore here in this case, as we know earlier, that the slope for the x-axis is 0, so therefore in such cases slope is equal to 0, or we can say that acceleration is equal to 0. And it is also obvious from this also we have seen that since there is no velocity, so there is no question of acceleration. Now consider a body moving with uniform velocity. Condition number 2, you will see body moving with uniform velocity. Body is moving, but the velocity remains constant. There is no change in case of the velocity. For example, that suppose a car is moving in this manner. So at 0 second, the velocity was 20 meter per second, 10 second, that is 20, and every time, at every instant, it will see this is 20 meter per second. Just look at this, and you can see that there is no change in case of the velocity. So that means now we can say that the body is moving with uniform velocity. So if we plot a graph, here we will find out that at every instant of time, this becomes 20. So therefore, now here the graph will be a straight line which will be lying parallel to that of the time axis or to that of the x-axis. So therefore, since the line is parallel, so therefore in such cases slope of the line is also 0, because as we have discussed that the line which will be parallel to x-axis, in such cases the slope becomes 0, or therefore we can say that it has no acceleration. Acceleration is also 0. Now at the same time, if we find out the distance covered by the body, so how we find the distance by 50 seconds, the total distance covered by the body, that will be equal to the area enclosed between these two, means between the plotted graph and the x-axis, which is a sort of rectangle. So if we find out the area of the rectangle, this also indicates the total distance covered by this one. So distance, that is equal to x component 50 and y component 20. So that means now we can say that almost it has traveled up to 1000 meter. Or individually, if we can find out at 10 second how much. So in case of 10 second, we can say that the distance covered after 10 second, that will be equal to 10 into 20, 200 meter, and after 20 second it becomes 20 into 20, 400 meter. By the end of 30 second, it has traveled 30 into 20, 600 meter. After 40 second, it has traveled 800 meter. So likewise, it will go on. We will find out there is one uniform change in case of the distance covered, and at the same time, by the end of the time, by 50 second, the body has traveled 1000 meter. This is what about your uniform velocity with zero acceleration or no acceleration. Now the third condition that we will see, that the body, condition number 3, body moving with non-uniform velocity. So if this is the case, then here we will find out 3 different cases will be there. Body moving with non-uniform velocity. In some cases, the body may be moving with non-uniform velocity, but uniform acceleration, or so non-uniform velocity with uniform acceleration. In such cases, if we take an example, now here every time the rate of change of velocity that goes on continuously, means So here at 0, consider that the velocity is 0 or the body is at rest condition. Now here after 10 seconds it becomes 10, after 20 seconds it becomes 20, 30, 40, 50. So in such cases you could see that the rate of change of velocity remains constant, but the velocity at every instant that is goes on changing. So therefore, now in such cases a rate of change of velocity constant means same throughout the journey, and at the same time that we find that the change in time that will be remain constant. So therefore in such cases if we plot a graph, then the graph will be a straight line which will be equally inclined, and it starts from 0. If this is the time axis and this is your velocity, so therefore we will be getting a graph which will be starting from 0 but it is uniformly increasing. So therefore at this case we can find out. So remember, this is one of the example. There may be several examples, and in such cases we may be getting the graph which may not be starting from 0 but from a certain velocity. Means initially, say for example, it may be 20 meter per second, but it is also inclined equally to that the parallel component to that x-axis and with respect to this also. Therefore this is another example of that non-uniform velocity with uniform acceleration. In such cases, or another case, another example that we can see here, that the body may be having a sort of this type of graph where the straight line that indicates that the slope is uniform, or here but it is a decreasing graph. So therefore with respect to the time the velocity decreases, and hence we can say that in all these cases that the body is moving uniform acceleration. Here uniform acceleration. This is also another example. But the difference between these two, it has started from the rest, whereas it has started initially from that 20 meter per second, and this is uniform retardation. So this is a case where the body is retarded uniformly. So because this is a decline or descending graph, and in such cases we can find out that the area, in all these cases you will find out the area enclosed between the graph, this area that will indicate the distance covered, the area of this trapezium, the entire trapezium, area of trapezium that indicates that the distance covered, or in such cases the area of this triangle that also shows the distance. So in all these cases you will find out at every instant of time we can find out the distance, and the total distance covered that will be equal to the area of the graph plotted in between these two. That condition number 3, that where we have discussed that about that the uniform acceleration with the change of velocity, uniform acceleration but variable velocity, this is a sort of special condition. Now let us consider that when a body is thrown vertically upward, for example, suppose a person has thrown the object vertically upward, and where that it has reached to the maximum extent and then it is coming back to its owner. In such cases that we find, if we take that the acceleration due to gravity g is equal to 9.8 or approximately that is 10 meter per second square. So which is a sort of constant acceleration or uniform acceleration. So if we discuss here, then we may find out that the body is moving with uniform acceleration, and here suppose if we graphically we will represent in such cases what type of graph that we will get. Now So initially, let us consider that it has thrown with a velocity of 40 meter per second. At 0 second, it is moving at 40 meter per second. Now, at the rate of 10 meter per second, every time it is changing. So that is why after 10 second, or after 1 second, that will find that it is going to 30 meter per second. 2 second, it is coming to 20 meter per second. 3 second, it is coming to 10. And by 4 second, it is coming to 0. 0 in the sense, now in such cases, that it is coming to the 0 meter per second, or we can say that it has already reached up to the maximum extent. And from there, again it will come back at the same rate. That suppose by 5 second, it will be coming at 10 meter per second, and then 6 second, it will be coming 20 meter per second. So likewise. Now in such cases, what type of graph that will be getting? So if we plot a graph between that velocity and time graph, we will find out. If we plot a graph, velocity versus time graph, then we will find out that this is your velocity component in that y-axis and this is time. So at 0 second, consider that this is 40. Now 30, 20, 10, 0. So by 0 second, initially it was at 40. After 1 second, it come to 30. Then 20, then 10, and at a time it will come to the rest condition, means 0 condition or 0. Velocity will be 0 meter per second. Similarly, at the same time, once it is coming back, at the same time, since the direction changes, so therefore we will be finding out the graph will be in this manner. So this is a case, this is a special case where we will be getting this type of graph, and in this case if we will calculate what will be the total distance traveled by the body, then if we will find out the area of these two figures, then we can find out that what will be the total distance. So as you know that the displacement, when it has gone from a certain height and again it is coming back, then the displacement is definitely, it will be 0, but however the distance traveled, that will be equal to, in such cases we will find out the distance that will be equal to the area of this triangle and this triangle. If we will add these two triangles, the area, then it becomes, the area of this one will be half. Base into height, so base, that will be equal to 0 to, means you will calculate up to 0 to 4. So now in such cases it becomes half into 4 into the maximum extent, it has gone up to 40. So therefore, if we add this one, this is coming 80, and so similarly this also 80. So therefore the total distance traveled, that is equal to 80 plus 80, so 160 meter. And now in this case we can say that the displacement, that will be coming to be 0, because it has gone up to the maximum extent and it has come down to the same place. Similarly, consider the another condition, another special condition where the body is falling from a certain place. Is that if we discuss about a free falling body, freely falling body. This is a second special case where freely falling body. Consider that a body is falling freely at a certain height and then it has come to the extent and then again it is rebound from this and going to the same height. So in such cases, just imagine that the body has fallen from a certain height, and as we know that once the gravity is coming, so therefore here the acceleration is uniform. A is equal to that, the g is equal to 10 meter per second square approximately. So now in such cases we can say that the velocity changes at the rate of 10 meter per second at every 1 second interval. So therefore, now in such cases, if we plot a graph, we will be getting consider that at 0 second, initially it is at a certain height, let it be at 40 meters. So at a certain height, and we have seen that whenever it has come, it was at 0 meter per second. Now after 1 second, it becomes 10, 2 second 20, 3 second 30, 4 second 40. Now let us consider that for 4 second it has doubled, and then striking to that again it is rebounds or it is returned to its original position. So therefore, in such cases by 5 second it will travel in the other direction just opposite to that, and at the same time it becomes minus 10, 6, so minus 20, so likewise it is going on. So in such cases, if we plot a graph, then we can find out that the graph will be moving up to a certain extent, because 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 meter per second. At this maximum point, it becomes 40 meter per second. But however, then gradually it will decrease. Gradually it will decrease in the sense, suddenly it strikes to the sun and then it is coming for a moment, for a very small instant of time it will be striking to that, and then again it is going to the same height. So therefore, now we can say that it is increasing. So therefore, now in such cases we can get a graph which will be first it is increasing, and then suddenly at that moment it is coming and again it is going on increasing. So therefore, we will be getting a graph likewise. So these are some of the special conditions where we will be getting some very typical graphs between that velocity versus time graph. Question number 4. Body moving with non-uniform velocity and non-uniform acceleration. Take an example of this case. Now suppose the car started moving from A where it was at rest. But however, it has, as the time passes, it took 10 seconds from A to B, and in which the velocity of the car that moves for 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 30 meter per second. Likewise, it has increased and finally it has reached at B. When it has reached at B, the velocity was 30 meter per second. Now, from B to C, it has not changed its velocity, and this took 4 seconds, for which the velocity remains the same. Now, from C, again it has applied the brake, and now gradually the velocity that decreases at the same rate, that 20 meter per second, 10 meter per second, and finally it has come to 0 meter per second or rest condition after 3 seconds. Try to understand. First it has started from A where it was at rest condition, took 4 seconds approximately to reach at 30 meter per second, or 3 seconds to reach at the speed of 30 meter per second, and then without changing the speed it has continuously moved for some 4 seconds, and thereafter gradually it has decreased because by the application of the brake, and finally after 3 seconds again it has come to the rest condition. Now suppose this is a case. So in this case, if we draw the graph, what will be the nature of the graph? For the first few seconds, if we will see velocity versus time graph, in such cases we will find out at 0 second initially, the speed was 0 meter per second. After 1 second, it has gone up to 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. Then after 2 seconds, it has gone up to 20 meter per second. After 3 seconds, it has gone up to 30 meter per second. Let it be 30 meter per second. Now from 3 seconds, next 4 seconds, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 4 seconds, next 4 seconds, without any change in the velocity, it has gone the same velocity or the same speed. It has moved without any sorts of change. Without any sorts of change, it has gone in the same manner. Now for 4 seconds means 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. By 7 seconds, we will see that there is no change in the speed. It is going on in the same manner. Now reaching at 7 seconds, it has applied the brake, and so as a result, again it has reduced up to 20, 10, and finally it has come to 0 by 10 seconds. 8, 9 and 10 seconds. So if we join all those points, here we will be getting a graph where we will find out from A to B this segment. This shows there is a uniform acceleration. The body is moving with uniform acceleration, because here the rate of change of velocity that remains same starting from 0 to 3 seconds. So therefore, now in this case we will get the graph which will be inclined equally, and at the same time this is one uniform acceleration. Whereas from B to C, if we find, then in that case there is no change in speed. So therefore we can say that the acceleration is 0, because this line is parallel to this line segment is parallel to the time axis. So therefore now in this case we can say that acceleration is 0, because the slope of the line becomes 0. Similarly, from C to D, if we see, it takes more 3 seconds and it has come to the rest condition. So that means now in this case we can say that the body is retarding uniformly and finally it is coming to the rest condition. So therefore, this is a simple case where the body is moving with non-uniform velocity, because every time the velocity goes on changing, and at the same time uniform acceleration, non-uniform acceleration, where first there is acceleration, once it slow, then again there is no acceleration, and then retardation. So in such cases, we can find out at every segment what was the acceleration, and then we can find out what was the average acceleration of the body throughout the journey. Now, second thing, that if we find out the area of this trapezium, the entire trapezium, that will show the total distance travelled by the body. How much will be the distance that will be travelled by the body. Similarly, there are so many examples where we can find out the different shapes in case of the graph. If a body moves in non-uniform velocity with non-uniform acceleration. So in such cases, consider that this is a sort of graph where we may find out in such manner. So this indicates that the body first it is moving with an acceleration, and then there is no further acceleration, it is moving with a uniform speed, and this segment shows again there is acceleration, no acceleration and retardation. So whenever it is a non-uniform velocity, whenever the body is moving with non-uniform velocity and non-uniform acceleration, so in such cases we may be getting the different types of graph, but this cannot be one uniform graph, or that the line cannot be inclined only at a certain point or certain place. So this is all about your velocity time graph.